Welcome to Currents Up Close. I'm Karen Mukai, and with me today are the co-chairs of the College Hill Arts Festival, Mary Sue Bartlett and Vaughn Griffith. This year's festival will be June 19th, that's a Friday, and Saturday, June 20th. We'll be located at the same spot on the corner of College and 23rd Street. We'd like to begin today with Mary Sue and talking about the artists who will be there and some of the artwork that we'll see.
Thank you, Karen. We will have 75 artists again this year. They will be exhibiting their original artwork in mediums such as sculpture, photography, ceramics, jewelry, glass, graphics, wood, and fiber. And those artists come to us from 23 states around the United States, so we have a lot of nationally known artists, and we're very lucky in that respect. People ask us, how do you find these artists? How do they find you? And we, Vaughn and I, rely on several different ways. One being we advertise extensively in national publications. Word of mouth from satisfied artists is a good one. And also, Vaughn and I travel to national art festivals, and we recruit artists to apply to our festival. And they do that application in November and December, or first part of January. They submit 4 slides of their artwork, original artwork, and then we identify 3 independent jurors, and they change every year so that we can maintain the integrity and the objectivity of the festival. And the job of those jurors then is to look at every image, and they rank them on a scale of 1 to 5, and based on artistic merit and quality of their artwork. And then I tabulate those scores, and we identify the 75 artists that will be exhibiting in the festival this year. We try to have a nice mix of all the different mediums. We also try to appeal to a broad base of our patrons. In terms of, we have some serious art collectors in our community, and we also have some young families, people who may not have quite that income, but they still appreciate the art and they want to purchase art, and so we try to appeal to all different bases of our audience.
With 3 new jurors, does that mean we're going to have all new artists?
Well, no, but it does mean that we're going to have over half of our artists will be new to the festival for the first time or have not been with us for a couple of years. So we're excited about that.
So some of our old favorites will be back.
Yes, some of them will be back, and we look forward to that every year.
Good, good. Vaughn, let's talk about the site. The location, parking, anything else that we might need to know?
Thanks, Karen. The site, the usual corner of 23rd and College in Cedar Falls on the campus, corner of the campus. This year looks really good. We've managed to eliminate all the previous storm damage that we've had, and all the streets around it are now completely updated, so we don't have construction anymore. There's plenty of parking in the new parking ramp for UNI, plus the parking lots at 22nd Street and College on both sides, on the east and the west sides, plus the street parking. And the city does a great job of sweeping the streets, and they also let us cover the signs that say, 2-hour parking and so forth. So the city has kind of made it a no overtime parking ticket free zone. So there's plenty of parking, it's all free. There's no admission to the festival. So it's a free festival. The music area is a free area. So all of that's great. But the site's in very good shape this year.
You mentioned the parking ramp. How far away from the site is that?
Well, it's less than 100 yards from the corner of the site to the entrance to the UNI ramp. There's also, I should mention, handicap parking in the lot that adjoins the site. So it's less than 100 feet from the artists to the handicap parking. So we're in very good shape from that too.
And then away from the campus, a block or two, there's calendar parking. You can park Monday, Wednesday, Friday on one side. How about those?
Well, the calendar parking is suspended for Friday and Saturday, so it's not calendar parking in that zone on Friday and Saturday. So it's open parking.
And there's a few lots behind the business district.
Yeah,
too.
that's the ones I was talking about at the corner of 22nd and College, both on the east and the west side. Yes, those are good-sized lots.
Yes, they are. So any legal parking spot
That's-
is free, no tickets will be given.
That's
for that.
correct.
Oh, that's good to hear. And the festival's free, no admission charge.
That's correct also.
Okay. Mary Sue, every year we have awards of excellence for our artists. This year we have an additional award.
Yes, we have a brand new award this year, and we're very thrilled to have that. Having said that, it's rather bittersweet because this award will honor Hugh Pedersen. And Hugh, as many people know, was the founder of this arts festival, and we would not be here if it weren't for Hugh's visionary thoughts about the festival that he started in 1979, 37 years ago. And I would like to mention that we are an all-volunteer board. And in those 37 years, there have only been 3 directors or sets of directors. Hugh was the first director, and he served for 14 years, I believe. And then you and Len Froyen took over in 1993, was that correct?
I think that's about right.
And then you and Len served until 2005 when Vaughn and I became co-chairs. And so I think that's very unique for a festival of that national renown and longevity that we had just 3 sets of directors. Having said that, we lost Hugh last year, and we were very sad about that. But in his vision, he always wanted to support the festival. And so we are going to honor Hugh this year with a brand new award called the Founders Award. And that award will be given to what I would call Best of Show. And it will be chosen by 3 independent community members who were friends of Hugh's and supporter of the arts. And that award will be given to 1 artist, and that dollar amount will be $750. And then we have 5 other awards of excellence that are supported by various businesses throughout our community, and those are in the amount of $500. They will be awarded by the 3 judges, who are the same 3 who were the jurors that chose the artist to begin with. So on Friday afternoon, they will go around and they will identify what their top 5 choices are. Then the last award we have, which is really the fun one, we started it, this will be its 4th year, and it's called People's Choice. And so all the people who come to the festival can go to one of the sales tents or the patron booth and get a ballot. And they can walk around the festival and they can enjoy themselves, and they can pick out which artist they felt was their favorite. And I will say the first 2 years we had this award, when we tallied up the awards of the 75 artists, 62 got a vote, at least one. So that was kind of fun. But anyway, that award will be given on Saturday, People's Choice Award, and that's a $250 award. So when you put all those things together, you know, the artists are really understand that our community is very supportive of the arts, and you know, that's very meaningful to them. And so I also use it as a marketing tool when Vaughn and I recruit artists to come to our festival.
It's an enticement for people to come because they think that they will possibly get one of those awards.
Correct.
And so we like to have them there. You mentioned the jurors and the judging. When the jurors come, tell us just a little bit about that preliminary judging. They don't see the actual artwork, do they, when they do the jury?
Not when they do the juring. Our artists submit slides, and they view those on a computer screen and do their rankings based on that. When they come to the festival to do the judging, they walk around to each of the individual booths and view the art and make their own independent choices.
So then they actually see the
Yes.
art
Absolutely.
and can take a look at it. And they mark each booth, don't they, that they go to?
They do. We give them little colored circles, and they put those little tapey things on their the booth numbers so that the artists know that each one of the judges did, in fact, come to visit their booth and view their art.
It's very good. The artists feel very confident, I think, about that
Yes.
procedure. Vaughn, we're going to start just a little bit about the people who help us before we go to break. Tell us about corporate sponsors.
Well, we have a lot of corporate sponsors from throughout the Cedar Valley. Our biggest sponsors really help out. I mean, we get Iowa Public Radio, John Deere Waterloo Operations is a huge sponsor. Financial Resource Advisors, they sponsor our buffet on Friday night for the artists and are a big sponsor. The Waterloo Communications, the Courier, they're a big sponsor and they help us get the word out. And then we've got lots of other sponsors that help with things like the children's activities, the balloon person, the face painter, the art activities center, and they support the Young Art Collectors Gallery. And all of those sponsorships keep this a free festival. You know, we're a top-ranked festival in the United States, and yet we're free. We're one of the very few that are still free. There's no fence around it with admission charges, and they don't charge you for parking and all that kind of stuff. So the Cedar Valley sponsorships that we get from the banks and the other businesses really come back to the people of the Cedar Valley.
I would like to just also mention that the Cedar Falls Tourism and Visitors Bureau has been a very loyal and continued supporter of the festival. So
And a key supporter in a lot of
Yes.
ways. They're a great supporter.
And you mentioned the Courier. I worked with Melody Parker on the festival for years. She's continued to support it. She worked with Hugh. She just really has helped us so much, hasn't she, with promoting?
Yes, and we get great volunteers, not just from a corner of Cedar Falls. We get volunteers that come from Denver and Hudson and Evansdale, as well as Waterloo and Cedar Falls, and it is really a Cedar Valley activity, and the businesses are throughout the Cedar Valley. We have people like Peterson and Teets that provide flowers to the show, and they're located on about the other corner of Blackhawk County from us.
Yes, they are. Did you mention the College Hill Neighborhood Association?
Well, the College Hill Partnership has been very instrumental. They're the ones that help us with signage. They help us with handling much of the physical part of getting the site ready. So yes, they're a big assistance in all of this, and an integral partner in a lot of ways.
Will Satori be there with their ambulance?
Yes, they will. Sartori is going to station the ambulance there like they've done for the last several years. Although we're no longer in July when we used to have a little problem with heat stroke on the 101-degree days, we're in June, and the weather's much nicer. We still had really great luck having the ambulance right there.
And you know, you don't have to be sick to go to the ambulance. I mean, they'll give you a little tour and show you around, won't
Yes, they will. They've had a couple people that came over, and my heart's racing a little bit. And you know, the EMTs are really good about explaining things to people, and it's really a good way to make a low-key visit to an EMT.
And of course, you and I, we can't say enough about the things they do for us.
Oh my, no, the grounds, the buildings, you know, we have indoor restrooms. Most outdoor festivals don't have that, and they keep them up, and everything is great. And the Lang Hall is also our storm shelter, and we have an emergency plan should we need it. So, yeah, we can't say enough about UNI. They're our partner in this. We work with them for months before the festival, getting ready.
And I think our last group with this is the Cedar Falls, the city of Cedar Falls, bringing us picnic tables.
Yep, the Parks Department brings us tables, and they also bring us barrels and help us with the logistics of that. So yeah, they're a big contributor. And like I said earlier, the street department gets into it. The police, the fire departments are all tuned in, and we see them a lot. So that's great.
It is. Well, we're happy you're with us. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with more information about the College Hill Arts Festival that will be taking place on June 19th and June 20th.
We all know that the Cedar Valley is a great place to live and work. And there are many individuals and organizations that are doing their part to improve the quality of life for everyone that calls this their home. On Serving the Valley, we sit down with these service organizations to learn more about different projects and events that need your support. We all need to do our part to help out our community. Tune into Serving the Valley to learn more.
No, thank you.
Give them a plug. Welcome back to Currents Up Close. I'm Karen Mukai, and with me today are the co-chairs of the College Hill Arts Festival, Mary Sue Bartlett and Vaughn Griffith. The festival will be held June 19th and June 20th. That's a Friday and Saturday, the weekend before Sturgis Falls. So we're looking forward to having you attend both of those city events. Mary Sue, let's go back to you and talk about the artwork for this year's festival.
Oh, we're very excited, as we always are, for Gary Kelly to create the artwork for the festival. This year it's called Colorful Backflips. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot that. It's a wonderful, wonderful visual and the artwork with the tumbling and the movement and the colors. And I think it's going to be very exciting for our public to see. We will offer that not only in all of our publicity, but we will also have it in t-shirts for sale and posters, which will be signed. Gary will be at the festival Friday evening to sign the posters if anybody would like to stop by, but they will also be available at our 3 sales tents.
Colorful Backflip. That's a little bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? The shirts will be available again. Will they be at University Book and Supply ahead of time? Do we know that yet?
Yes, they should be a couple of, a week or so ahead of time, and they'll also be available at World's Window downtown. So they've been very good about supporting the festival, so we're in good shape with that.
2 spots then where they could pick up t-shirts ahead of time.
And then I think afterward we do offer them through the Cedar Falls Tourism Center.
Oh, I bet so. Good. All right.
Yep.
Well, Vaughn, a big area for you, that area is the performers.
Oh, yes. We've got a great performing lineup again this year. Perry Miller's done a great job with it. We've got the headliner act back again that everybody's looking for, and that's the Salsa Band. And they'll be playing Saturday. But we've got a lot of other great acts on Friday and Saturday, both. Greg Harridges is playing, as is Sleepy Bones Allison, the young man. That's Greg Harridges on the screen. There's Sleepy Bones Allison. And then we've got Zoot and Newt playing. And Raldo Schneider and Friends is going to be playing on Friday. There's Raldo and his group. And then we're really excited to have Switchback coming. Switchback's a band that's got a lot of following in eastern Iowa and Illinois and in Wisconsin, and they're getting to be a big name. So there are a lot of people who are excited about that one. The Atomic Fireballs is going to play. And the OK Factor is also going to play. Two young ladies started out in Decorah, now are in the Twin Cities, and they have quite an eclectic mix. So we're really excited about the whole lineup, and we get a lot of people coming to the free music performances.
It is free, and it's such a nice setting. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that setting?
Well, of course, we have it on the edge of the festival grounds. There's an area in front of Old Lang Hall. We've got a stage set up and a couple of shade canopies, picnic tables, and a dance area because, believe it or not, we get a lot of dancing going on in front of the stage. And that area is just off to the side of where all the artists are. The food court's down there, and the corner of the artist display area, and then the performing stage. But it's a nice open little area, and it's good. The sound there is actually quite good with the angled wall of Lang Hall as a backdrop. So everybody enjoys that area, and it's come to be pretty well known. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, you've got some great performers, plus the shade, plus the picnic tables, and the food nearby. What more could we ask for?
Yeah, I talked to our food person, Sid McCone, and she's going to have 9 food vendors for Festival Foods this year. The usual, walk-around foods, but she always tries to have a little bit of an eclectic mix there so you can find almost anything you want for the food.
Okay, all right. Children's activities.
Wow. I'm going to let Mary Sue talk about the Young Art Collectors Gallery,
Okay.
which is a big deal. But we also have the Hearst Center for the Art running their art activities tent. And they've got several things going on in there this year, one of which is watercolors, another of which is sparklies, which I'm not exactly sure what that is, but she tells me that that's going to be a bunch of constructions for the kids to make and take.
Yes, right.
I don't think it'll quite compete with the 75 artists, but it'll be out there. And then there's also the face painter, and we've got our balloon person coming back. So we've got a lot of activities for the kids.
Will the symphony be there?
The symphony is going to have their petting zoo over by the right in front of the University Book and Supply side of the grounds, and they'll be open both Friday. I think it's going to be 1 till 4, and on Saturday I think it's going to be 10:30 till 2:30 or so. So yes, they'll be there, and they've got quite a few volunteers going to be in there. Last year we almost had a jam session in the middle of the afternoon, so it'll be great.
Good. Well, Mary Sue, why don't you tell us about that Young Art Collectors Gallery?
Well, that is one of the most unique parts of our art festival. It makes us very unique throughout the nation because not many people do it. Our artists are encouraged to provide original artwork that they have created to the Young Art Collectors Gallery, and all the artwork is priced at $10 and under. And only youth ages 14 and under can go in there. No adults are allowed. And so it fosters independent choices about art with the kids, and they really, really love it. The artists create some wonderful pieces for the youth, and so when they make their choices, we let them know who the artist is and the number on the booth, and then they're able to go to that artist and connect with them, and the artists really, really enjoy that interaction with the kids, and maybe tells them what inspired them on that photograph or creating the ceramics or the jewelry, and it's been a really, really meaningful opportunity for the kids and for the artist. And so that's a very unique part of our festival, and we're pretty proud of it.
It gets a lot of recognition, both from the artists and from the community.
Absolutely. So
the volunteers that are in the booth help the small children with amounts because they might come in with a $5 bill,
Correct.
but not quite sure what they could buy for $5.
They're there to assist the children, but they don't make the choices for them. And so if you, as I said, no adults are allowed, but I have been in there just to observe, and it's really interesting to see the children, and they're choosing something for mom or for dad or for their sibling, and it's really, really nice. It's really special.
It is a special place. Well, Vaughn, we have all kinds of volunteers. You mentioned briefly. What are some of the things that volunteers might be helping with?
Well, they really get into everything, to be honest. When the artists come on Thursday night for setup or Friday morning, a lot of they have volunteers help them locate their spot, and all the spots are marked, but you still have to get your stuff offloaded, get your tent set up, get your display cases put in place, all of that kind of stuff. That takes quite a bit. And the volunteers are there to help with that. They help us with marking the site. They also help us get things ready for the nonprofit displays that are there. And then, of course, all the tables get, in the food area, they get flowers and menus, and all of that has to be done by volunteers. And then there's all that stuff with the music. So you've got volunteers really helping before the festival and then during the festival. And then every one of the sales booths has volunteers in it, and those are just volunteers, and they're helping you if you want to buy a t-shirt, you want to buy a poster. Oh, where is such and such artist? I know he's here. He was here 3 years ago, and I want to go see if he's got. And so they're there for information. If you want to become a friend of the festival, they're at the main information booth. You can sign up. If you're a patron, and the patron program's a big deal for the patrons because they get to come in and do stuff before the festival opens to the general public. A lot of the volunteers help with that. So there's really not a whole lot that the volunteers aren't involved in. Everything from covering up no parking signs and so forth, all the way to helping clean up, take care of trash, all that kind of stuff. We have a lot of volunteers, and they're involved throughout the festival. And we'll take more.
And as you said, we're an all-volunteer board, and everyone volunteers, but we especially appreciate the help from the community.
Oh, absolutely.
Mary Sue, tell us a little bit about the patron program.
Well, the patron program is an opportunity for individuals or businesses throughout our community to prepay an amount, minimum of $150, and then those patrons can go to the festival 1 hour in advance at 11 o'clock on Friday, and they can shop before the public, before it is open to the public at 12 o'clock. They can purchase any amount over that $150, obviously, but all the money goes to the artist. Nothing goes to the festival. It's just a way that we can show our artists that we have, I'm just going to use a figure here, we have $10,000 that has been prepaid to shop at the festival. There are 75 artists. They're going to be spending that money someplace. And so it's just a way to show the artists are the loyal support of our community. And so it's been a very popular program for us. We also have the Friends, which is a separate program, but it's for people individuals or businesses who would like to support the festival to offset our costs. We are a not-for-profit organization. Having said that, we do have expenses in terms of printing and postage and those types of things. And so they've been very generous with us to help us in that respect.
Good. And it's an enticement for the artists also.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, Vaughn, we just have less than a minute. Can you tell us, first of all, how can people find out information? Our website?
Our website is very easy, College Hill Arts Festival, all one word, .com. And it will give you the hours, and you can look up, did he say that this band was playing, and so forth. We've got the performers. We've got a list of the artists on the website. We have the food list on there. So it's a good, common sense, pretty straightforward website that allows you to see what's going on with this year's festival.
And we'll have the booklets being distributed again?
Yes, they'll start right around the Memorial Day. You'll start seeing them everywhere, and posters too.
Okay, Mary Sue, wrap us up with the times and the date again.
Well, I just want to invite everyone to come to the 37th Annual College Arts Festival, being held Friday, June 19th from 12 to 8, Saturday, June 20, 10 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. Free admission, free parking, lots of fun things to come and see and do.
Oh, thanks for being here with us today. We appreciate you being with us also, and we hope to see you at the festival.